Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Social Squirrel Show. Today, I am here with a special guest. Her name is Debi, and Debi is up to some really great stuff, and she's going to tell us all about what she's doing and her business journey here. So take it away, Debi. If you could tell us a little bit about yourself, what you're up to, and kind of what you're working towards.
Yes. Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me. My name is Debi Borger, and I am the owner of DBWellbeing, fitness, nutrition, public speaking, motivational speaking, coaching, all big umbrella under living a complete elevated life. Elevate your mind, elevate your body, elevate your world. So what that means is basically we work on nutrition, we work on fitness, we work on our mental health, and we set goals, and I help you achieve them. I grew up outside Philadelphia. I am elementary ed, early childhood education certified by college, yet I went into the fitness industry at an early age. I was a phys ed teacher in New Jersey, an aquatics director, and somehow I veered out of teaching in a four-wall classroom to teaching in a gym setting and now teaching wherever I can.
That's amazing. So how'd you kind of get started with what you're doing? Like what made you want to go towards doing your own thing, running your own business, as opposed to continuing within education?
I think I kind of naturally and holistically morphed out of the classroom setting. When I said I went from teaching in a school district to teaching phys ed in a Hillel Yeshiva school in New Jersey and becoming an aquatics director. And then I came down here to Florida and I decided to get my personal training certification. So I was still teaching in a gym setting and teaching in an outdoor class setting as far as boot camps and fitness classes. It kind of just holistically morphed into that.
So what are 3 goals you're currently striving towards in your business right now?
In business, my first goal is transitioning not out of completely, but I'd say transitioning into mindset coaching, mental strength and conditioning coaching. We always work on that when we're in the gym on strength and conditioning, but not many people work on that as far as their mind. And so I am now taking on clients to help them reach their goals and to live a better lifestyle, whether that means setting a goal and helping them achieve it and stay on track, getting them to kind of plan what their future is going to look like, any way that I can set a goal with them and keep them looking towards the future and staying on path to reach that goal. Secondly, I have always had a dream of standing on stage and speaking to people and motivating. I've always tried to help younger women to gain the strength and resilience to kind of come into their own, to be confident, to be educated. And so now I really want to reach out to the community using the traumas that I've gone through in my life and how I've overcome them to share those stories with other young women or women in their 40s and up, really anybody, doesn't even have to be just women, in order to help them to thrive and push through those challenges. And lastly, I'm always setting a goal to help people with their fitness, to live a healthier lifestyle in general, just to educate.
Now, what is a common block you see with people who are trying to set goals, but they can't kind of stick to them, or it takes a lot of consistency and discipline? Like, what's a block that a lot of these people you see face?
Most people just don't know where to start or how to start. And most people are scared of what it might look like. Coming into a gym is extremely intimidating for people. So I don't always train out of a gym. I do a lot of online training right now. What's one-on-one? There's not a lot of anyone else around really to intimidate them or to make them feel inferior. I think that people think getting healthy means having to cut out a lot of stuff like alcohol or, being social. And that's not really the case. And I think that people, as far as setting goals, they just haven't come from a negative mindset where they might think, I just can't do that. I know I did when I originally thought I want to be a public speaker. I want to go around and motivate. I thought, I don't even know where to get started. And that was a big block for me. It just seems so overwhelming.
So how did you overcome that block? What did you do in order to kind of move forward and put that in the past?
I was very fortunate. I have acquired, I guess, in a natural way. It wasn't really planned, but I have an amazing mentor and coach who has guided me every step of the way and has also taught me how to do it as a mentee. He helped me overcome that fear of not knowing where to even start step by step. He took a dream that I had that was so overwhelming and seemed so far away, and we broke it down together into small steps, and we just conquered one step at a time. And here I am sitting on a podcast with you. So my advice to anybody who really wants to do that is get a coach. Everybody needs a coach. You think you don't need a coach? You need a coach. Mm-hmm. You want to acquire a dream? You want to conquer your goals? You need a coach. You Absolutely. Need someone to stand beside you and to keep you focused and to help you stay on that path. Mm-hmm. And my mentor, Scott Ferguson, he is amazing and has taught me everything that I know. And I'm so excited to get out there and do the same thing.
That's amazing. Yeah, I wouldn't be here where I am today without a coach either. I had a coach who helped me scale my business, and I wouldn't be who I am without her. I'm very grateful. I guess in terms of, if someone's looking for a coach right now, what do you suggest to them in order to, how do they know what the right coach is for them? What do you look for when you are looking for your coach?
That's a good question. I think you absolutely have to have someone who you can be completely honest with, someone who you can trust, someone who you have to understand that there's going to be times where they're going to be tough with you, and you have to be okay with them saying the things to you that nobody else would say, and know that they have your best interest at heart. And it might be something that you need to hear. Someone who you can have that relationship with and know that they're going to be there for you when you need them. And, you want to feel that they're in your corner and that they're there for the right reasons.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about kind of finding that person that you mesh with too and really can relate to and feel comfortable with talking to. I don't know how often you meet with your coach. How often do you guys do you hop on Zoom calls together or?
No, very fortunate because we live in the same town. And we had a friendship beforehand, which is also something that, many coaches might not take on friends. There's a different role there between a coach and a client and a friend and a coach and a client. Mm-hmm. But I'm very fortunate. He lives in the same town as me. And in the beginning, we were meeting weekly for an hour. And now we've kind of can cut back on that and bi-weekly. But he's always available for me. And I check in with him every day. And I know that, if I needed to have a session that he's available, you can do it on Zoom. We can do it on Zoom. You can do it online. Absolutely.
Now, in terms of obviously when you're not meeting with him, what do you do to kind of make sure that you're staying on track? What kind of advice would you have to people that some little daily things that they can implement to make sure that they're not getting distracted and they're staying disciplined and consistent with, what they're working towards?
Well, we have a protocol that I send to him every morning, and I don't want to give away what that is, but it's a protocol that starts my day in a kick-ass way, if I can say that, thinking about what I'm grateful for, keeping me on track and keeping me focused, and kind of putting things into my subconscious on a daily basis. And I have goals and meeting notes that he sends to me afterwards and homework, things that I need to work on. And I create a plan of goals for the month. Actually, that's just something that I do and say, okay, I want to get this done, this done. And we stay on track with that.
And what has been the most difficult part of this journey? Where did you start compared to, where you are now? And did you experience, any ups and downs and bumps between then? How'd you get through them?
There's been really difficult parts of this journey because I didn't see this journey coming. This isn't something that I prepared for. This was something that I didn't know I was destined for. I didn't know that I really dreamed of doing it and that it was my passion until I was forced to figure that out. I had to start my life over and reinvent myself. And that meant career and where I was going to live and what I was going to do. And I have had some ups and downs throughout because, it takes money to start a business and it takes a lot of time. And I had the luxury before I left the country for a few years to have a full book of clients and not really have to go out and seek clients. And when I came back, I had to start all over again. So I never saw that coming. And there's definitely been some ups and downs with that. But the learning curve is I had to go out and learn how to do Instagram. And I had to learn how to, get an LLC and get all these social media set up and learn how to make reels. And I never focused on any of that stuff. I didn't come from that generation. And so I had to learn to be better at it. And then I had to learn to outsource to people who were better at it, to help and ask for help. Because there were still times where, as an entrepreneur, it's not a 9-to-5 job. Mm-hmm. You're working 24/7. And I will send you that email at 3 a.m. when I'm awake and I'm working on my business. Because if you truly want to start a business and you're truly an entrepreneur, there are no business hours. You're working 24/7. And I don't think I ever really thought about that either, that the only person who cares whether or not it works or not is me, because I have to make it work. So there are a lot of mornings and a lot of nights and a lot of days where you just want to throw in the towel and quit. But that's just really where you have to dig your heels in and just keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. Being in business it's a full-time thing. It's not, oh, I get to go home and watch Netflix now. It's no,
Netflix will distract you.
Yeah.
I was getting a lot of work done until I started watching Netflix again.
Now, what advice would you give to, say, either a stuck entrepreneur right now, or maybe a business owner that's going through a really rough time in their business, or someone that's just getting started? What kind of advice would you give to them?
Get a coach, get a mentor. Mm-hmm. Don't try and recreate the wheel. Find somebody who's already done it, somebody who can help you and can guide you in small steps to succeed. It's really hard to do it on your own. And I know that when I started, if I wouldn't have had the support of other people, of other women, collaborating with other women, it would have been a lot harder. Mm-hmm. I had friends who jumped on to help me develop a website, who did an amazing job. I've had friends who helped with the social media and helped with, different aspects of my business. And be open to what they're trying to share with you, because they may have learned that from someone that has already mastered it, whether it's, hey, have you seen this app that really helps to do this? Or, hey, I learned this from my coach, implement that, learning from everyone around you, because we all don't know everything, and just sharing knowledge.
That's exactly right. It takes a village.
It does.
The quickest way to success is really just getting someone to show you the way and kind of help you along the way, instead of doing it alone, because doing it alone, you're not going to get too far, from my experience, at least, for sure. What would you say is something you do daily to stay focused and motivated?
I wake up every morning after I do my protocol with my coach or send it to him. I put on a not a podcast, a app called the Pep Talk app. And I listen to a motivational speech as I'm getting ready to go to the gym. You can do a YouTube video, you can do whatever you want to do, but waking up first thing in the morning and putting yourself in a positive mindset and forward thinking and not thinking about the past, I think is one of the biggest pieces of advice that I can offer.
That's amazing.
That's what I do. And then I have to go to the gym and I have to work it out. Some of my best thinking is done while I'm working out. Sometimes I forget I should just hook up a microphone and say it out loud.
That's me when I like to go for walks and runs, and I'll get some crazy ideas and I'm there typing into my notes app on my phone as I'm running or walking. Like sometimes the best ideas come from that. But I love what you said about watching a motivational speech in the morning when you wake up, because I do the exact same thing. I put on YouTube, I look up either motivational speeches or I go straight to, there's this guy, his name's Eddie Pinero. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but an amazing motivational speaker. He has these incredible YouTube videos where he compiles all of these different motivational speeches into like an hour and a half long video, and it just goes and it just keeps going and going and going. And he also has a podcast that's really great to listen to, but the stuff he says is just so inspiring, and it really does change your day. Like it changes your whole mood just by doing that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. And that's the thing, just sharing all of that with other people is amazing, because you're always learning and following new things. But it changes your mindset. It changes your mood. It gets those feel good endorphins and hormones flowing. And I can't say how to wake up in the morning and immediately let the outside noise come in and let apps, social media put you in the mood for the day is so detrimental to your health and your mental health that you don't even realize it. So it's just very important that you take control of the direction in which you're going to go, and you don't let social media or anything else do that right away, first thing in the morning.
Absolutely. Now, you said you're getting started on a life coaching business, right?
I like to call it mindset coaching.
Mindset coaching. So are you starting to accept clients for that?
Yes, absolutely. I have spots available for that, either online or in person. And they can reach out to me through my website. It's www.DBWellbeing.com, and sign up to book a call. I call it a free half hour of power, the HER capitalized. But it's not, it's really for anybody that is looking to have someone in their corner to help them reach their goals and kind of drown out the noise and stay focused. And like I said, it's a matter of, I've spent 15 years helping people to elevate their bodies and their health. And this is really tying it all together naturally to elevate your mind, elevate your body, to elevate your world and bring it all together.
Now, how does your program work? Is it a per month type of thing? Is it a certain set amount of months they have to stay in it? What is the layout of it?
I like to say 3 months. I like to also say that it takes a little bit to really get to know working with a client, and to working weekly and giving enough time to kind of reach that goal. It's not something you can say, okay, 4 sessions and we're going to conquer our goals, depending upon obviously what the goal is or what direction we're headed in life or what the things are that we're working on. Some people, stay on a lot longer than 3 months. But I think, it is pretty much dependent upon each client, and I don't want to really put a limit on it. But I want to have clients who are committed to making a difference. I don't have limited space and availability. And I want a culture of clients who really want to work on being better and growing and learning and achieving their goals. So it also depends on whether or not we're a good fit for each other too. So it might take a session or two to kind of feel that out as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I guess you could say, obviously, you would be an accountability partner to them, but it's also required of them to be able to put in the work to make it happen, because you can only do so much for them. But if they're not willing to help themselves, then they're not going to go far, essentially.
Absolutely. And I can train or coach a client that will in that same time period, or that same time slot, and I want to help people. So they have to want to be helped as well, and have to put in the commitment and the time as well.
Mm-hmm. Now, in terms of, say, like bad habits, like if a client comes to you and they have a bad habit, how long have you seen it take to kind of break that bad habit and kind of transform it into a healthy new habit?
As far as personal training or coaching, I mean,
either or, it could be any of them.
In fitness, I think we tend to have more bad habits, if we want to call them bad habits. Now, a lot of people come to me and they say, I don't want to quit drinking. They say, I don't want to give up my pizza. I don't want to give up my wings. I don't want to give up being social with my friends. And everything in moderation. I love pizza and I love wings. So I'm not giving up my pizza and my wings either. So it's really not so much as, it depends if it's a habit that they want to break, if they want to if they want to stop drinking, I've been sober over 10 years. That's a goal that we can absolutely reach together, and I can guide them through that. Otherwise, I think they say that it takes 21 days to make a habit. And after COVID, I really would like to say that that's true, because I had clients who were training online during COVID. And when they were able to come back in the gym after having done it for over 21 days or 2 months or 3 months, they were in a habit and they didn't want to come back. So they say it takes 21 days to change a habit. I think it's really around about a month and a half to 2 months. And
that's with consistency, discipline, and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Now, if someone's interested in doing the mindset coaching with you, can they also kind of combine it with your fitness coaching as well?
Yes, absolutely. And again, that's a package that we would cultivate together, depending upon how many sessions they were going to do for personal training and for coaching. Say if they trained with me 3 times a week, whether it's 45 minutes or an hour, and did an hour of coaching separately once a week, that would be an ideal package for someone. Those sessions are separate. They're done separately. Working out is working out and focusing on fitness, while in mindset coaching is a different environment.
Well, that's amazing.
I can cultivate any package. I'm also certified in nutrition and yoga and golf fitness and a plethora of other things. So I offer a lot to bring to my clients. So I always cultivate packages. And when you train with me in the gym, you're getting nutrition anyway. We're talking about nutrition. We're talking about lifestyle habits. We're talking about what is bothering my client that day, or what problems they're having at home that they want to talk about. Everything is confidential. What's said with me stays with me. And they leave feeling better, and they leave knowing that they can go out and kind of conquer whatever it is that they need to conquer that day. They're feeling good about themselves. The feel-good chemicals are released in their brain, and they're getting a lot of knowledge. It's not just we're only talking about working out. You're going to get nutrition, and you're going to get everything else kind of worked in.
But it's like an all-in-one type of stop.
It really
Come
is.
to you, you get everything. Well, it sounds like you're on a very inspiring and motivated journey here. And I can't wait to see,
Thank you.
all of your amazing things you're going to be doing with your speaking and everything. But where can people find you? What are your social handles? You said your website previously.
My website, DBWellbeing.com. My Instagram is actually DebWellbeing because I wasn't available for DEB Wellbeing, all one word. Wellbeing is all one word. My Facebook is DB Wellbeing LLC. And it's all on my LinkedIn and my Instagram or my Instagram, my website, all my social handles. They can find everything there.
And if they want to get in contact with you, they just go straight to your website and
yeah. Or you can email me at Debi, DEBI at DBWellbeing.com. Yes, Debi is DEBI. My mom wanted to be difficult, I guess. And they can either email me or they can, like I said, go to the website, book a session, book a free hour or half hour of power. Let's talk. Let's see what your goals are, see what we can come together and customize a package for you. And together we can do hard things.
I love that. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for listening. And it was great having you on, Debi.
Yes.
And we will be watching her journey. And if you want to get in contact with her, feel free to reach out. Thanks for watching.